So hello, we have just left Funcaliente and we're now driving towards the north again, and this is rather lush here on this part, in this part of the island, but we're hoping to give you a little glimpse of the Martin eruption of 1646. Juan Carlos, can you remember much about it? It was a rather long eruption as well, wasn't it? Over 80 days?
Over 80 days, and it's also called the eruption of Tigalate.
Tigalate, okay.
They used to put a guanche name to all the eruptions.
A saint name, that's the Martin.
Exactly.
And then a guanche name.
Let's say a Christian name and a guanche name. This is common in the historical eruptions of La Palma.
I prefer the year, to be honest, the 1646 eruption. But
exactly,
this is one of the few eruptions that actually came down the eastern side of the Cumbre Vieja. Is that right?
Also, the 1949 eruption has another.
It had two lobes, one on the west and one on the east. But this one here came down on the east exclusively, right?
Yes, exactly. It has two bends. One, the main bend is up in the reef zone. And the other is, yes.
So that's already it, isn't it, here on the left? That's rocks of the Martin eruption.
And there is another bend just in the coast.
Okay. So, and you can see it's quite rubbly. It was flowing over rubbly ground.
It's very, very narrow here. The lava flow is very narrow here, so you have to be very attentive to see actually the lava flow. Yeah.
So there's a bit more just ahead of us on the left-hand side.
And was not a very important eruption. Was very long, but in the historical record is not very, very important apparently.
There's a thin sliver of it, yeah. And there as well, isn't it?
No, I don't think. Well, could be.
Yes, that is it.
It is, yes.
So, and it continues for a little while here, but yeah, then we're gonna lose it again. But anyway, is there much known about what the population kind of felt or what they thought? Because this was not a densely populated area. There's a bit more of it.
Exactly. This is a bit
There's
more.
A little bit more of
and
it,
that was not populated at all
at the time.
So
yes.
at the time, so that's why it's very little record.
And I think there's a bit more coming on the left-hand side now. Yeah, there it is.
And
so that's a bit thicker as well.
That one there, yes.
Yes. So what we're seeing now, this is Martin eruption.
Exactly. You see that there is a very little vegetation, and most of the vegetation is lichen.
Yes.
And this is the Phenocaulis vesuvianus. This is
a volcano lichen.
Volcano lichen, because it's the very first stage
lovely.
of colonization. Yeah, that's the
nicely exposed here.
Yes,
but it's very thin, really. It's flowing over this rubble, but it's also very lobes.
Because it's in a very steep slope. It's very rubbly.
Okay, I see.
I think it's the end.
That's the end of it, I think. Yeah. Okay. So. But yeah, there's not a lot of record as far as I see, because the area here was not populated. And,
the longest record is related to the Teneguía eruption, because there was a very famous medicinal spring.
Okay.
Called the Fuente Santa. A lot of people came, particularly from Europe and South America, to get these cures of skin diseases.
Oh.
They even have a special village called the Indianos, because this was the name of the South American people.
I see, okay.
At the time. And unfortunately, the 1767 eruption, was the San Antonio eruption completely.
1677, yes.
1677, yeah.
1677 San Antonio eruption.
Covered the holy spring and disappeared the business.
The Fuente Santa, yes.
Fuente Santa, that's the name.
The holy business was gone. Yeah. Funcaliente comes from there.
Fuencaliente, Fuente Santa. That was a very good business.
So, and the longest eruption was the Gede eruption of 1585 with 84 days.
We have a very good record of this eruption, because it happened that Leonardo Torriani was an military engineer that came to Santa Cruz to build a castle because of the pirate threat. No, attacks actually. Not
well, yeah.
And
Okay.
it happened that the eruption occurred while Torriani was here, and he was a literate man,
Yeah.
and he made a very good record of the eruption.
Very good. And now the current eruption, I forgot exactly the count, but we're approaching the length of the Gede eruption now. So this is quite spectacular. So it's a record-breaking eruption, I guess, that we're witnessing right now.
I am afraid that it's going to be a record-breaking in the duration too, not only in the magnitude, but also
not only in the volume of eruptive material, the explosivity, but also in the duration. So
and the amount of houses destroyed, more than 1,000 or 1,200.
I heard that up to 2,000 houses were destroyed,
Yeah,
but
but
maybe
the
they
problem
count
is that-
differently
yeah.
sometimes.
No, the problem is that not all the construction are houses.
Yes, that's what I meant. Sometimes they are kind of counting the garden sheds as houses, and sometimes
exactly.
not, or so.
That's it.
But close to 8,000 people evacuated, close to 2,000 major construction buildings have been destroyed, and of course something like 1,000 hectare of plantation land has been affected. So it's quite a blow to the local economy and of course the local population. Okay, thank you very much, Juan Carlos. I think we exceeded the goal of showing the Martin eruption, and we've talked a little bit more, but it's a good thing to do while we're driving. So let's hope we can go into the exclusion zone now in the north after the south entrance has been closed because of high sulfur content. And actually the high sulfur content is not strictly a good sign. In contrast, it's actually a sign that the volcano has a lot of magma going, because sulfur is degassing from magma when the magma rises up inside the conduit. So high sulfur loaded gases are actually a sign that there is fresh magma in the system, and this is a bit disconcerting. So this volcano, I think, will go on for a few more weeks, and therefore it will certainly be a record breaker in terms of duration. I'm very confident about that. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, and talk soon again. Bye bye.
Bye bye, thank you, Emil.